Today, for the first time in 2 years, Aiden Heyman, Anthony Martin are free.
And that freedom is because a jury found the two former Albuquerque firefighters not guilty of rape today. It was the end of an 8-day trial that certainly had its fair share of twists.
Yeah, including a sudden stop by our state Supreme Court and the judge ultimately dismissing some of the charges against the two men. Ultimately, it took those jurors a couple hours to fully acquit Heyman and Martin. Monica Logronio spoke to their attorneys right after that verdict. Monica.
Well, Tessa, Trevor, they said that they just had faith that the jury would learn what they already knew, that Martin and Heyman were innocent. There were a lot of tears and hugs in the courtroom seconds after the judge read the verdict. Sighs of relief, tears, and hugs filled a Bernalillo County courtroom Tuesday after a jury found Aiden Heyman and Anthony Martin not guilty of rape.
We find the defendant not guilty of criminal sexual penetration. We find the defendant not guilty of attempt to commit the crime of criminal sexual penetration.
A local woman claimed both men raped her at an apartment in July 2023 when they were Albuquerque firefighters.
Aiden Heyman, Mr. Martin have been through, as you might imagine, the worst ordeal. Past 2 years to have this hanging over their head.
The trial began in late June, but our state Supreme Court stopped it to look at whether it should continue. Ultimately, it did, and then Judge Brett Baca dropped the rape charge against Martin, changing it to attempted rape. She also dropped an aiding and abetting charge against Heyman. On Tuesday, the jury deliberated for about 2 hours before finding the men not guilty on all charges.
This was a consensual thing. This woman turned on these gentlemen and then made things up to save her own relationship. It was a tragedy what happened to these gentlemen, but that has now been corrected by this jury.
A third former Albuquerque firefighter, Angel Portillo, is also facing rape charges in this case. His trial isn't scheduled yet, but Heyman and Martin's teams believe he will also walk free.
Based on our information, he's exactly situated as Mr. Heyman, and Mr. Martin is also not guilty.
And their clients are starting to focus on their futures.
There's no denying that a false allegation destroyed their careers and really impacted their lives.
They can finally start putting their lives back together again.
Angel Portillo's defense attorney, Heather LeBlanc, believes the same will happen to her client, telling us in a statement that they have faith the jury would see through the false allegations, saying they are, quote, confident the truth will similarly be brought to light. Tessa, Trevor.